after doing this show for
clear.
14 fucking years. How long have we been doing? We've been doing the show longer than that.
Much longer than that.
2008. So, oh my God,
16
years. Yeah. God
Crystal clear. Chris,
Mm.
will you shut that door? We don't need the people seeing the secrets
damn.
behind the scenes.
All the floaters.
Well, I'm at the Christmas lights, but whatever you're seeing for Christmas, I'm not going to discriminate. I don't
Mhm.
believe in that. I don't support
I don't support Christmas.
anybody.
No,
I
I
don't
don't like-
support anybody.
Yeah.
I'm done
I'm
supporting.
anti everyone.
That's right. If you have to talk to me, that means we're not friends.
We've
We're
got a
off-
problem.
We're off on a bad start. Off on the wrong foot.
Everyone who doesn't speak to me, I like them.
Yeah, they're the ones
Good.
that I like.
They've-
Yes.
They've
Yep.
done their
All
job.
you quiet people are A-okay in my book.
Mhm.
And the dead love you even more. You can't go near
Can't everyone
me.
be like you?
You don't take my food.
You don't bump into them on the street.
Exactly right.
That's right. Well, hopefully not.
This is what you want to see. Okay. We got nobody, and you know what that means?
Not a soul.
We're going straight to the show,
begin.
everybody.
Begin.
That means it's showtime.
Make them miss the
I
start.
wish I could
Give me
tell-
that goose egg, Daddy.
That's right. It's
We're
time.
kind of on schedule though. That's we usually kick it off around like 8,
Yeah.
7:45 earlier. Because
Yeah.
my dumbass is up here like eating dinner
Yeah.
at 7:30
Yeah.
at this table. We don't ever film that, but that's exactly what I'm doing
Yeah,
beforehand.
that's
My breath just smells like spicy chicken sandwiches.
it's the pre-show
mine too.
preparation.
Yeah.
I got mine at McDonald's though.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did? Oh, nice. Was that the Fong Dang McDonald's, the one that's off of Leader Heights?
Yeah, that's the guy-
that's
the guy's name
the guy who owns
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Named
really?
Fong
Yeah,
Dangs.
yep.
Fong Dangs, Hong Kong Donkey Dongs.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put it on the
That didn't fit on the sign, so
It's
they had
on-
to
I have
turn
it
to
on-
McDonald's.
It's on the screen
Yeah.
right now over
Yeah.
top of Chris.
This
Yeah.
is a real. Is this? Wait, could you pull this up here
Yeah,
for
I
him to look at?
yeah.
Yeah, because this is a real like graphic we made. Fong Dang, we know he's married to this girl that we went to high school with.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. And
There
then
you go,
his
he's done it.
children's names are Ding and Dang. Ding, ding dong, dang dong, ding, dang dong. Somebody answer the fucking door.
That's it. It's a good thing nobody's here. Would be canceled.
Ladies
Oh.
and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then, wait. What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened. This corner weighing in at 180 pounds. Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And
We-
Roman Chris.
Roman Chris
Roman.
has roamed back
Roman numerals.
into the annals of history
Yeah.
amongst the terraformed planet that we now call Earth. And I'm Chris. Where have you been? That's what
I've
we.
been
That's what we
everywhere,
want to
man.
know.
go,
That's
my
what. Yeah, exactly
lovely?
right. These are the things that we want to know.
Ugh. Well,
we have
yeah.
a new soundboard, by the way, everybody. Mixing board. There's going to be a lot of effects going on here. Yep. Go ahead, Chris. You tell us the
So-
boring part.
So I got married a week after Matt.
Yeah.
Because I'm just classy as ever.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
we started a trend.
Original thoughts.
Yeah.
We're hoping it
exactly.
catches on.
That's right. It's like a rhythm.
Yeah. So went to Cancun for 2 weeks after that. I got some stories if you guys want to hear them.
Sure.
And then this past weekend I was in Ohio for a friend's wedding, and
Oh, nice.
now hopefully after today I can stop traveling
Yeah.
more than 45 minutes to get anywhere.
Yeah, it's right. It's,
You
it's
just
good to
want-
get the radius
You
back.
kept the
Yeah.
trend where you're like, oh,
Right.
I'm going to come to the show this week
Yep.
and travel an hour.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
before
felt like home.
Just I wanted to make sure my ass was completely flat from
This is
sitting and traveling.
exactly right. If you're going to do it, you don't want to have just a little protuberance because then the pants have to fit a certain
Yeah.
way. You want to, if you're going to do it permanently. Yeah, exactly right. That's the ticket. It's 100% or nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, I was hoping to have Alexis here because that way I don't have to tell the whole story in my monotone voice.
But now you can
Too
now
late.
you can tell it the way you want it.
That's
to be
right. Now,
recorded.
Now
'cause-
it's your story, Chris.
That's
This
right.
is the one that exists in completion on the internet forever.
Can't wait to tell you how I saved Cancun.
Well, let me tell you what. I bet she was
I
beautiful.
can't argue it. I can't.
Yeah, you weren't there.
More like can't coon.
That's
Yeah.
well, So tell us what happened, Chris.
Okay.
What
So-
happened?
Jesus Christ.
My God, what happened?
Well, so the first couple of days weren't too exciting, although the moment we landed in the airport, we got 2 margaritas that cost $48.
Holy shit! But each.
Oh my God! I thought it was supposed to be cheap in Mexico.
Yeah,
what
you-
the fuck?
Not in the
think, but
airport,
Yeah,
apparently.
not at the airport.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
gee-
like,
I see.
so apparently in September, it's like always just hot and muggy as fuck.
Oh
Like,
boy,
Right.
Like
that's
80% humidity, like all day, every day.
That's what you
Jesus.
want. Mhm.
See that we picked wonderful times to get married because here where we are it's mild in like the Northeast,
Mhm.
but then we went on honeymoons that were like, oh, it's the hottest time of the year. We're in these places. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we landed. We're walking out to get our like transport to the resort and stuff,
Okay.
and it was hot as fuck. I sweat sitting in air conditioning. So,
Sure.
So this was a living fucking nightmare for me. So we there's like little carts around. They had drinks and stuff, and she like wanted to get some margaritas because we were there. And I was looking at the menu, and it said it was like a couple hundred pesos for a margarita. And,
Sure.
Yeah, came out to $24 a piece.
Yeah.
For
Jesus.
Yeah. A couple
fucking
hundred.
margaritas. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, we're fucking in it.
They
At least
ju- they
the
just-
rest of the 2 weeks, it was all inclusive, so we didn't have to pay for.
Oh, well,
there you
see,
go.
you have to
Yeah,
get them up front.
yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
is. Yeah. They're like, they haven't got the conversion rate figured out yet.
Yeah,
200 pesos. They don't care. They'll figure it out later. They'll be so drunk they'll forget about it.
yeah, exactly.
Even if they give us $1, that's going to be great for us.
That's
So,
it.
We overcharge everything.
For sure. But yeah, so that was like the first day we got there, hung out, hit a pool bar,
Nice.
just got drunk or whatever.
Was this what was like this resort? What was this?
It's called El Dorado Seaside.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like a hotelish side and then like a bunch of little like not houses, but just kind of like a motel sort of thing, but a different vibe.
Okay.
Like apparently all the young asshole kids go to the hotel and like rage at the pool bar
I
all
see.
day and night
Oh,
and stuff.
right,
So-
I see.
So luckily we dodged that.
That's good.
The only thing that sucked was that because of all the humidity, the relentless fucking humidity, everything in our room was damp.
Oh Lord.
Um,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Jesus.
And
I'm going home.
No matter what we did, like it was just forever a little bit wet. Like so, my Frank Zappa hat that I wear everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had to leave it there because it sat under a bag and got mildew all.
Oh,
over
my God.
Like it had to have been at least like 70% humidity in our
Oh
room.
man.
The
Oh, you're
la-
saying it? You
the
left it in
lady took it.
Cancun.
Oh yeah, I just
The-
threw it away.
Oh
lady
my
took it.
God. You could have washed it maybe.
Yeah, I'll just get a new one.
Hey, I'm American, baby. Okay, I'll leave my trash in Mexico and I'll get more of it from China. Well, that might take you some weeks, Chris, because I heard that there's some kind of like dock worker strike or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, the longshoremen
Yeah.
union
Yeah.
is striking.
Anyway,
And it got violent, apparently.
But if
no,
it's-
bruh.
Yes, guy had blood dripping down his head.
Oh my
on
God,
the-
it's like
on
the
picture.
Wire season
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
But hopefully
Something
they
happened.
hopefully they ship them by truck.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see
So
what happens.
you
Yeah.
got to get those truck boats.
Yeah,
where they-
catapult, ATVs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the first full day we were there, we just hung out, relaxed, recovered from traveling and stuff,
Mhm.
and then there was a fire show that night. So like when we were there a couple years ago, there's like
My imagination's running wild of what that could be.
nothing that. Well, I mean, it was exciting, but not that exciting.
It's like the first episode of Shogun, I think.
Yeah, it's like I think like 6 or 8 people, like 4 dudes and 4 girls and stuff, and they would just do all this crazy shit, throwing
Right.
fire everywhere and all that stuff. And I got this like giant tomahawk steak because I'd never had one before, and,
Oh wow.
and like the salesman people there for all the events and stuff like got us fucking good because she got a lobster too. She doesn't even like lobster.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there you
You
are.
got it's by principle.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was a good time. you know, I have videos and stuff. I don't know how. I don't want to try to describe it because it'll be bad.
Sure, that's good. I'm glad.
So yeah, the first couple of days we just hung out and stuff. We ended up meeting 2 other couples that got married the same day as us.
Right.
Nice.
One couple was Welsh and the other was from like Southern England,
Uh-huh.
and they were all pretty cool. We got trashed at a pool bar for like a whole day. I got sunburned. And
Nice. There you
That's-
go.
yeah,
Well,
that's a
you know,
vacation done
as
right.
you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. We ended up, you know, doing some excursion stuff,
Mhm.
and one of them, the first one was this like luxury snorkeling catamaran thing.
Okay.
And it was like one of the hottest days we were there.
Mhm.
And you know, we were like 4 days deep, so we hadn't like adjusted at all. So
So you're like hung over and like sunburned to hell, but wet somehow. You're just like drip. You're just like a puddle. Like
yeah, I mean, literally every
You are a reanimated tomahawk steak.
basically. Oh god, but yeah. So
just one bone keeping it all together.
Just eyes, no eyelids.
A tongue and teeth.
somehow dehydrated while still covered in water. So yeah, it was decent. Like, you know, the boat out was cool. It was just, you know, I was sweating nonstop, and Alexis ended up getting like heat stroke or heat
Oh my
sickness or
God.
whatever.
Great.
Holy
Like
fuck.
the first stop, it took us like 20 minutes to get there, and then we got in the water, and they had like 2 options. You could either stay by the boat, or for people that were strong swimmers, there was like a 45-minute like out and back.
What
like,
the
snorkeling.
fuck?
Oh, okay.
45 minutes?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. So we
That's
ended up-
that sounds like my nightmare. This is from recounting my 2 weeks ago when we
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about our thing. I was like, I gave up. Oh, fuck that. What did you guys end up doing?
we just stayed by the boat.
Oh,
There
Because
you go.
she wasn't
Smart.
feeling good, and you know, I'm not like a bad swimmer, but I'm also out of shape. So
Look, it's taxing in a certain kind. Like, I'm not like I think you have to be like a regular swimmer to like fully enjoy that, because I feel
Mhm.
like I'm in like pretty decent shape, but like I was like, nope, I can tell I'm wearing out. It's
Yeah.
time to go.
Yeah.
Well,
Time to go.
the other trouble too is that like my mustache wouldn't let the goggles like actually
Oh,
stick to my
yeah,
face.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
even just going around the boat, like I'd like look down, and then I just feel like water slowly trickling in.
You got the Titanic
And then-
preview. Yeah.
And then like a couple times I got really lucky, and like a wave like that was taller than normal like came over, got in the snorkel, and I like tried to breathe through my nose. Fucking seawater shoots down the back of my throat.
Oh, my God.
Watching you flail under a fucking wave.
Oh, God,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so then we went from there to this other spot that was like, I don't know, it couldn't have been more than like another 20 minutes, but it felt like 45 because like Alexis was like, felt like she was going to throw up from the
Mhm,
heat
mhm.
and like just sat at the back of the boat near the ladder. And I like couldn't do anything, you know what I mean?
Sure,
So
yeah,
like whatever, people are like walking by us to get to the bar and all that stuff. Like going back to the front of the boat. And we're,
Excuse me. Excuse
yeah,
me.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. They're thrown up for different reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know.
Yeah, so then we got to the second place, and then luckily, like she finally got back in the water, and there was like some cooled streams going through it. So like
Mhm.
we got her back to normal, and she started feeling all right. But it was a rough fucking day.
Yeah,
it was like,
man.
it was like 5 hours, I think, that we were out there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Those things are like, it's cool, but like, yeah, it
gotta
can be
you
it
gotta
can
be
be
ready for it.
taxing. Yeah, exactly.
You know
It's like
what?
you have to
That
train
never
for it.
happens if you come on my pond. Okay,
That's right.
I'll take you out the boat. We'll go back whenever you want. In fact, if we set it all up and you want to call and cancel, nothing will make me happier. I love canceled plans. It's my favorite thing in the whole world.
You do have a mysterious cryptid living in your pond.
I
though.
do, yeah, but
but I don't know what time of day it's active.
it's during it's twilight times, so it's during the dusk and the dawn. That's when you see it the most. It's I don't know, it's never spoken or anything like that, so I don't know if it's sentient, but it's definitely aware.
What kind of weapon would you want to have?
It looked real soft.
Okay, so not.
I'm not-
just
I'm
a
not
sharp
worried about
knife,
it.
like
Next,
Like a pool noodle or wiffle ball bat.
Wait, yeah, I mean we could stun it. Yeah, we could stun it with a wiffle ball bat. with a pool noodle around it.
Well, you distract it with the noodle, and then you
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
with the
that's it.
ball.
Yeah, you swing that around, and then you crack it. Yeah,
There's more where that came from.
that's right. Yeah, you got to let them know whose pond it is. It's like, yeah, you might live here, but this is my pond.
I'm the government to
That's
you.
right. That's right. I'm the township around these parts. I'm the one you have to get the permit from. But yeah, speaking of permits, we can get mixed drinks now at everywhere. And
Oh, there you
so
go.
I got the official Jack and Coke
Oh yeah,
legal in PA now.
I've seen
There you
I've
go.
seen them around a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing that they're
It
just
was
more.
last week, I think it was, or no, the beginning of this week, something like that. It was very recent that they just went. It all went into effect. They're ridiculously priced. I mean, it's fine if you're
Are they?
going somewhere or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab a case, 4-pack of them or whatever it is.
Mhm.
It's not worth what they're marked to
Mm.
be, but
Well, I mean,
Well, I
it's-
can't
it's-
imagine. It's not like either of them are like fresh either.
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say it's just Coca-Cola
yeah,
and Jack Daniels. There's
Yeah.
no. There's. I mean, it's already Coca-Cola has all the garbage in it already. I don't imagine that there's somehow more in these cans.
Nope.
In fact, they're rationed almost like smaller. I feel like you can do like heavier pours if you just did it yourself.
You can just drink a 4-pack of them. That's what I've been doing. It's
Oh, okay.
you just take them down to the creek and you get you see all kinds of cryptids. They're coming out of the water. They're coming out of the trees.
Some you're just making up on your own.
Some of them they just come out of your mind. They just come pouring out of your eyeballs. Speaking of pouring out of our eyeballs, Chris, what else happened at your?
Yeah, I mean, that was-
at your place?
That was just the first 5 days that we come. The next day we went to this. They had an exotic travelers club,
Right.
which is like their like timeshare thing.
Oh, I thought it was like a
But-
nude beach.
they do have a nude beach there.
That's good. Yeah, yeah.
It's called
Just-
Hidden Palms.
Hidden
called
palms. Oh,
Hidden
okay.
Palms.
What just happened?
The lights kicked on.
All right. Well, that's what we wanted them to do. Go
Bam.
ahead, Chris.
But yeah, it was actually like a relatively nice presentation.
Okay.
Given what it was, they said it was going to be an hour and a half, and it was.
Which
is nice, 'cause she and I went to one
Yes,
years
they were
ago in
honest.
Vegas, and they said it was going to be like 2 hours. We were there for 5.
And then there was a shooter just killing everybody. I've been seeing this shit about that there's, and I didn't pay any attention to this when it happened, but that whole Vegas, like the shooting,
Yeah, the
that
Vegas sniper guy.
they planted on one guy. There was apparently like shots and continuous machine gun fire from all over the strip,
Oh.
all over. Like there was somebody put together a map of all the 911 calls, and they were all over the place.
Sure.
And it was like, how was that one guy? They think theoretically they think it was like,
Echoing around the building.
Yeah, it's bouncing around.
yeah.
Yeah.
They think it was some kind of like gun deal gone bad between two
Oh.
like large organizations.
Oh, I
I
see.
guess
And
depends what side you were on.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
that's right. That's
Or
this is
good.
the,
Sounds
this
like
is
they were
the-
working.
Right, exactly
yeah.
right.
It's really weird.
Somebody got to take what they brought back.
Mhm.
The other ones,
Mhm.
not so much. They lost.
Well,
they lost
did
what
bring.
had.
They brought some bullets. They left with some
Right,
bullets
that's right.
too, but
Yeah,
they left
yeah.
in bags.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, yeah. Brought them and left them.
God,
Yeah.
I don't know. I take this with as much Alex Jones, a spoonful or a cupful of Alex Jones
Right.
sugar,
Right.
because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Sure.
So, anyway, I don't know. Please don't.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of different shooters.
I've seen the documents.
I've seen the documents. There's a lot of shooters, and the only thing that really matters to me right now, the only thing that I need to tell you, I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
More things, Chris.
yeah. So that night they had like their like Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
So they had like a big Mexican party. They kept calling it that. I don't know why they
Did they
called
have
it
like a Trump
fiesta.
pinata that they just beat the hell out of? That would be awesome.
No, they did have somebody dressed as a pinata.
Oh,
Which is kinda
wow.
wild.
Did they
that's-
beat them?
That's dangerous.
No.
No, well,
He
then.
he did ride a mechanical bull though.
Okay, well,
Well,
that's
that's crazy as
there's-
fuck.
at
Yeah.
least,
A
at least
man-
somebody's getting beat.
Dressed like a horse pinata riding a mechanical bull.
Well, wonders never cease. This is
The
what you-
margaritas are flowing.
This is part of what you paid for with
Yeah.
that margarita.
And that was next to this like weird sort of like photo op thing that looked kind of like those like money grabbing things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah. Yeah.
inflatable, You just went in there and stood, and people took your picture.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
Like
yeah.
you're just in a tube,
Basically,
like
yeah,
a wind
tube.
just a wind tube. Do they blow the air too? And they're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
Tornado machine. Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
they're
it.
not used to wind
then-
over there in Mexico, I guess.
And then that was next to a couple of like luchadors and I guess luchadoras. I don't know. They had these gorgeous women in luchador masks and like their
Oh,
asses
wow.
hanging out and stuff. It
Oh
was-
my God,
You
Chris!
would've loved
What,
it.
Chris? That sounds like heaven.
Yeah.
Where is this again?
I don't remember. Let's see. And then we ended up leaving that early because it was so fucking hot at night. And
Yeah.
even though we were sitting on the beach, there was no wind moving. It was the
I
craziest.
thought you
fucking
said there was a
thing.
tube.
Oh yeah, you had to go in the tube. You know, there was a line.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why there was such a long line for the
Yeah.
tube. We don't need to put any money in here. It's so fucking hot. Everybody's gonna fight to get in this thing.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was cool because they like set up the like. There's this area right near one of the restaurants, and then like some outdoor seating and some other shit, and they like made it so it was like a little like street
Okay.
somewhere in like downtown Mexico or something. Well, downtown
Downtown Mexico, baby.
Downtown in La
Yeah, there's little stands you get tacos everywhere. And,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. I fucking love tacos.
Cervezas too.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get them along with the taco. You have to have the combo.
So a couple nights later, we went to. They had an Italian and a Asian restaurant that you had to like reserve whatever. So we went to the Italian place the day after Mexican Independence Day, and we had this waiter who we don't know if he was part of the B team or if he was hungover or both. But you know, he asked for our drink order 3 times before we actually.
Oh my god.
And it took him like I think he got the food right the first time, but
Okay.
like it took fucking forever. And there were like 3 or 4 other tables in our area that were all just like looking around trying to figure out where the fuck.
Like,
they're-
where'd the guy go?
Yeah,
He's just out back chain smoking cigarettes, leaning against the building.
fucking white people. The day after that, we went on this taco tour that actually like took us down into Tulum, I think, or
Okay.
I forgot
Sounds
where
like a much
exactly.
better excursion.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Because
except
I mean, you can only get like, well, not heat stroke, but I guess you can get like a
Well,
diabetic coma, maybe.
it had cooled off. Plus, it was in the evening, so
Oh,
like
nice.
during the day between like 11 and 4, it was like it felt like 105 degrees out, like
Jesus.
the whole fucking week. So by like the second week, we just stayed inside in the middle of the day unless we went to the pool bar.
There you
Oh,
go.
nice.
Well, that sounds like a vacation to
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just watching like Netflix and shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Telemundo.
Yeah.
You gotta watch your
It was
stories.
funny. We were trying to find. She loves Midsummer Murders. The
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
okay. And so we were trying to find it on the Fire Stick, but for some reason, when we left the country, it just like signed us out of like all of our streaming services.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we found out that Hulu doesn't work. I forget. They're like, fuck. What else was there? I don't know. We could only get Netflix and HBO to work
Oh wow.
out of all the streaming services. Oh, Paramount was the other one. And so I tried booting up the Plex
Yeah.
to try to pull some Midsummer Murders from that.
Right.
And I was like, I just want to see how far this connection
Yeah.
can go.
Yeah, that's it. I'm worldwide, baby.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to get some kind of alert.
No, it's
Some Mexicans trying to hack into
No,
your.
but you know what it
Plex right
will
now.
do? It'll show because at the end of the year, it sends me a thing and says, you know, you've watched this many hours of stuff and
Mm.
whatever. And then it'll show me a little map and say everywhere you've watched.
Ah.
So we'll have a little dot. Were you successful?
No, not at all.
God damn it,
Oh,
Chris.
shit.
I mean, it played some video, but
Oh.
you know, there's a scene of somebody trying to walk across the room, and it took about 3 minutes for them to take 4 steps.
Oh, God.
So, like, it would buffer, play for about 2 seconds, and then stop and buffer again, play for 2 seconds, stop and buffer and then the buffers were like 30 or 45 seconds.
Oh my
So when
God.
you streamed with the other things, was it that bad?
No, I mean,
You
'cause-
should have told me. I probably just had to reboot the Plex.
No, I think
Chris, you ruined your vacation.
But then he would have had to pay extra to like text you out of the country.
He could have sent it to me on
no,
Facebook.
no, that's
on
true.
Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
He's got all kinds
Yeah.
of it.
So I mean, I guess he could have, but still, he probably was just like, oh, this is this connection's
Don't. Yeah.
terrible. So
You got to tell me.
Well, we tried watching on like Tubi or Pluto, one of those
Yeah,
apps,
yeah.
and it would only play it in Spanish.
Oh well, you know.
It was really
Gotta
weird
learn the
watching
language.
this British murder show in
That's
Spanish.
You have to watch the Spanish to English channel first so that you can learn what everything
You got to
is.
watch
Yeah.
enough Dora the Explorer.
That's
to
right.
get
Yeah,
some-
you have to
get a
do it.
handle
You
on
have
it.
to do it the right direction. Yeah, that's the important
Yeah.
part.
So anyway, the last thing we actually did, the last excursion, was this taco tour, and it was pretty cool. Like the first place we stopped, like we made a proper margarita,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
they gave us 3 different tacos. There was fish, carnitas, and I forget what the other one was. But they were wonderful, and like the restaurant had fans blowing, and
Oh, there you go.
they
They knew what
conversed
they
and all
were
this
doing.
stuff. Yeah. So we went from there to this like little. It looked like somebody's house, so they just sold tacos out of the first floor.
Oh,
wow.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, and they were mole tacos,
Oh, yeah.
which Alexis doesn't like chocolate.
Okay.
So I ended up eating both of her tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I also ate one of the ones from the first restaurant
Well,
of hers.
you need to eat what's available. You
Yeah.
need to enjoy the abundance.
And then we went to the third place that was Al Pastor, which is like supposed to be the preferred taco in Mexico or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
But it was at this like shitty little place. So I was already like too full from eating 3 extra tacos. And then we went and sat in this place that was like had no wind moving. The tacos sucked.
Oh.
it seems to be a correlation here, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no fans in this place. The tacos are terrible. There needs to be fresh air constantly circulating. Otherwise, the taco air settles into the shell. It ruins the taco.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I mean, the only good part of that place was that it was kind of fun watching the dude make the tacos because he had a plate like down near his waist, and then the meat was up like above him, and so he just like flick it off onto the taco.
Yeah, he
what
knows
the
what he's
fuck?
And
doing.
then,
Yeah.
like, cut a little piece of pineapple off and flick it over.
That's definitely he's got the showmanship.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Because I'm sure countertops work just fine for
Yep.
cutting meat up.
Nope, not there. Not there. They don't.
It hasn't failed me yet.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, then they wanted to like do something where they dropped you off at a street, and then you
Okay.
could go like buy a bunch of tourist bullshit.
Sure.
And they'd pick you up, and basically everybody was like, "Can we just go home?"
Yeah.
So, like you'll have like an hour to be there, and we are like, "Nah, that's okay."
Yeah.
Somebody
Oh,
asked
God.
about like 20 minutes or something like that.
There
and
you
it's
go.
like, nah, that's all right. You can just take us home.
No, thank you. Get us
Yeah.
back to the drinks. We want to get back to the drinks.
The drinks and the air conditioning, please.
That's right. We're looking for some moving air here. Yeah, we got to keep it moving. Well, that's good, Chris. I'm glad that you survived.
There was one other thing I wanted to mention.
You said that last time. Go ahead.
no, that was the
You
last
just
excursion.
give them that
This is the yeah,
wrap
yeah.
up music.
No, it was bizarre when we got back to the airport to come home.
Uh-huh.
There was this lady and her husband, like checking their bags, and she was just in pants and a bra.
Whoa.
It was-
Well, I
it
mean,
was
you
just
know.
like 50-year-old lady,
Transparency.
What the
just in long pants and a bra. Like you could see the hooks on the back. Like it was a bra, not a bikini top.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, it's like Sue Ellen Mishke from Seinfeld. It's okay, you don't understand it, but somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
She the nudist?
She was the heiress to the O. Henry Candy Bar Factory. She
Oh, I know which one.
she
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
she never wore a bra, and Elaine gave her a bra, and so then she walked down the street in just the bra, and then I forget whether Jerry or Kramer, one of them, crashed a car
think it was
because
Kramer.
Kramer crashed a car.
Sounds like Kramer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. But go ahead. So she's just in the airport.
Yeah, and like nobody's batting an eye at the whole thing. Like
It's really weird that she was in an airport
I
only.
mean, just wear it in an airport. You'd think that she'd need a little more coverage than that.
yeah, I was just surprised that nobody was like, "Man, like you know,
It's so
put on a
weird.
shirt." Like
It-
they had luggage. Like there had to have been shirts in her luggage.
Right.
I've heard that. I've heard, and yeah,
They have
absolutely.
those bins too. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just
use the bin.
I've heard that the difference because I always wondered like what's the difference between like dressing just being in a bikini, it's very little clothing,
Yeah.
versus being in your underwear, and the answer that I've heard is like it's what the person wearing it wants you to see. So the idea that their underwear is not something that they want you to see or
Oh, I
want
see. Okay.
to share, but if they put on like a bikini, they want to show it.
Right. Right.
So with that logic, I guess it's a shirt.
So
If she was unbothered by it,
My-
our discomfort is
My,
negligible.
my guess was she lost the bet. I don't know.
guess it's a shirt.
I'm a fan of logic.
This
If I can
is the
reason
world
it out.
I want to be in. Oh my God. Yep. Yes, it's the shirt.
Victoria's
This is it.
Secret selling some nice shirts these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the question is what designate? I mean, how is that all appointed? Is it the fabric, the quality?
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly there's some
What-
social conventions that are
There's
going
got to
along
be. Yeah,
with
there's
it,
got to be
with like the
something
lace and then the hooks and the like.
to identify it. You have to be able to.
It's weird. Underwear, and in that sense, like a bra is underwear because it's made to be supportive to some extent.
Right.
You know, so it's not really made. I mean, it can be.
It's the framing, not the wallpaper.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, exactly.
That's how we're going to put that. In,
Yeah.
in gender neutral terms, as such. Speaking of gender neutral terms, we have DonCon coming up.
We got Don Cons here.
DonCon time.
Boy, I can't wait to pay $30 with a discounted parking. How fucking oh my god! And then I saw people on there like saying, you know, oh, just ride the light rail. It's $2.
Yeah,
And I'm like, maybe you can't. Maybe you don't want to ride the light rail. Maybe
Mhm.
you just want to like drive down for the day.
yeah.
How do you go downtown in Baltimore too? Very much, Chris.
Decent amount, yeah.
We know you
Is
went
it-
to downtown
Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
We don't know about
Is,
the.
is
Old,
the
old
par-
Mexico town.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the parking like difficult and or expensive down there?
Yes.
Well, because you're going like near Fells Point, right?
Camden
Near the-
Yards.
near
It's
the-
connected to Camden Yards.
Yes,
okay.
yeah. It's a convention center
Yeah.
out there.
I don't really hang out there very much.
Yeah,
Usually
because
I'm
that's
down
like
at the
Inner Harbor. Well, that's like off to the side from the Inner Harbor.
Juan
so.
saying Rose McGowan canceled.
Yeah, honestly, Juan, I'm expecting to see more cancellations.
I am too.
I wonder how you feel about it, Juan, because I know, I mean, you live closer to there, but
Yeah.
still, I just don't like the setup of like where
No,
it's going to be.
It's bad.
Yeah, I usually
We're
don't
gonna
even
try,
fuck around
but-
with like parking down there, especially because usually I go
Yeah.
on the weekends, so it's like packed already. So
Yeah, exactly right.
like honestly, you guys could park at my house and Uber in. Like that's
I
usually
guess that's true.
that's what we
could
usually
that.
do. It's like
Mm.
a $20 Uber, give or take.
Yeah, if that ends up being cheaper than just the parking.
And
And-
for me, for Alexis and I, it's more about the headache. Like it's
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
paying
Yeah.
like the $40 for the round trip, and
Right.
not have to deal with parking and getting out and all that shit.
Ugh. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It is a fucking nightmare.
I know that there's hotels and stuff around and there's garages, but you got to walk a little ways. So
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah.
the garages are like decently spaced out. They're not like too far
Mhm.
from anything really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and walking around down there, there's some crazy people, but it's not super sketchy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, just don't
Near
make
Harbor.
eye contact.
Don't
with
look
anybody.
at anybody.
I don't think people are gonna, be
Yeah,
running
Juan
up
saying
stabbing you and stuff.
Juan saying no fan of downtown driving at all.
No, dude. No,
Mhm.
it's gonna be very different. But Don will be there.
Yeah, Don's going to be
And
there.
that's what we're going
that's
for.
Why we're going.
At this point, Don is the main
It's
attraction.
Don Con
It's
year one. Don Con year one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try if I get myself in the right headspace, aka
Yeah.
be intoxicated at the right point. I want to get a picture with Don.
Oh, that'd be great.
I want to tell him that that my girlfriend doesn't believe that he's real.
Okay, you want to lie to him?
Yeah.
More.
More. Yeah. We got to. We got to
You
throw
want
it
to
on
keep
there.
gaslighting
We
Don?
got no. We're not going to gaslight. We're just going to manipulate him.
Okay,
So,
okay, sure.
that's in a different way. No fumes necessary. And so, so we're gonna tell him. People don't believe us, Don. That
I bet you Don would. Okay, go ahead though.
no. We're gonna deceive him.
I'm like, I bet you he'd just take a picture with us. We're friends enough with him that he went upstairs, changed his clothes, and had dinner with us. I think Don, and he pulled us out of the crowd, me and Allison, last time I saw him. So I'm pretty sure Don will take a photo with you.
Don, let me spin a web with you now.
It's about the deception. That's
I
the
gotta
whole
spin
point.
this yarn about.
I gotta have a reason to keep going to these conventions, Don.
Look, if it's gonna improve your enjoyment,
Oh my
don't
God.
let me stand in
No,
the way.
no.
I'll corroborate whatever you say. Don, they're gonna kill her if I don't get a photo evidence of you.
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I am definitely looking forward to seeing Don though. That'll be definitely a highlight. I just remembered today that Shannon Elizabeth is going to be there. I
She's still
completely
on there,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
She was at my very first one.
I know. That's why
And
this will be
She
appropriate.
didn't look real to me. Like
That's why I want to see her. I'm not going to meet her. I don't want to get anything signed
Yeah,
or
no,
anything
no,
like
just-
that.
just
I
go
just
look
want to
at
kind of
her.
like peek through the bushes.
it's so she
Yeah.
looks unreal in the sense that she's like, not that she's like robotic, but like it's just she looks like she's like a wax figure or something like that.
Right.
That's alive. So
Yeah,
it's
I
just
can't-
strange.
I
it's
can't
strange.
wait. I
But
can't
have
wait.
you seen her lately?
I hope my
No, I haven't seen her lately.
I hope my brain breaks.
Gravity might have changed the look of her.
See
a
if
little
she's
bit.
still got the painting under the floor or in her attic or whatever the fuck.
Right, yeah.
Right. Well, we'll see.
if I gaze upon the painting, then
Yeah, exactly right. It turns to
immediate
dust.
dust.
Yeah, immediately. Yes, that's exactly what it happens. Let's. How about we turn to some immediate dust?
yeah, let's
Do
turn
some
this.
weird news.
Do it.
Let's evaporate any of the fun left and go to weird news.
Into the wind. As you can see, everybody, the fucking thing worked.
yeah,
We made it all the way through. The new soundboard has done the trick. It's a miracle. I don't know why these fucking lights keep
because they're
going on
Christmas
and off.
lights. That's
not what they're supposed to do.
They're designed to only work half the time. Haven't you ever had a Christmas, Matt? You mean to tell me you never used Christmas
My
lights?
mother
that
wouldn't
are-
let us celebrate Christmas. She said it was too commercialized.
We would just paint Jesus
We
off.
just exactly
over
right.
and over
We
again on
painted
canvases.
nativity scenes for poor children in Cambodia. They ate them because they didn't have food.
The paint was non-toxic. so
Well,
fortunately.
most of it, except the eyes. Don't eat the eyes.
Only eat around the
They
eyes.
sparkle for a reason.
Eat
Speaking of
around
which-
the eyes.
Speaking of which, did you hear they're fucking opening TMI back up again?
Yeah, I heard that.
Really?
Yes, I did
Yeah.
hear that. I heard it's going to be like
It's
AI
'Cause
powered.
there
It's-
isn't enough going wrong.
Yeah, exactly right. They're like, well, might as well just fry the whole place.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it's going to be like AI governed,
It's not
which is
supposed.
going to be
I
great.
think it's not till
could go wrong?
28 or something like that. Yeah,
I can't
I know,
imagine
I know.
a single thing.
Open the valves. Open the valves. I don't know what valves there
People
are. but-
made it work so badly. Let's just take the people out.
Well, technically, people were the problem, but yes,
I
that's
know.
exactly right. Yeah, because they.
It's
It certainly-
fine.
I
Certainly
watched-
wasn't the nuclear waste that was the issue.
This was also, I think, that I was watching a documentary about it the day before they announced that they were opening it back up
Oh
again.
my God.
They so apparently like they skipped a bunch of quality checks they were supposed to
Sure.
continually
Well,
do,
you
and
got to pinch pennies.
one of the like check valves stuck open, and that's why everything fucking went to shit.
Oh,
Is that the one that was on Netflix?
Maybe might have
Okay.
been. It's either Netflix or Hulu, one of the
Okay.
two.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing one where they like talked about some dude whose life got completely ruined because he tried to be a whistleblower. And
Yes,
and they
that's
just-
the one. That's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He just fucked his whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, there's
That's
a
how it
problem
goes.
here.
Yeah.
Mm, No, I think you're the problem here.
Yeah.
Delete.
I see
And
the
they keep-
solution right
They,
to me.
they keep interviewing that bald guy who was like in charge of things at the plant.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. Everything was fine.
Everything was great till like,
Meanwhile, the other side of his face is like melting.
There's another eyeball growing
There it
on his
goes
cheek.
again. Oh, speaking of melting, we're gonna turn the fan up a touch here. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, you don't want to give Chris flashbacks of having heat stroke.
That's right. We don't want to. I was only expecting two bodies in here. Yeah.
No bueno, no
bueno. No bueno, senor. Yeah. Let's see
Oh.
here. Let's get that one there. It's
I did have a couple people ask me if I was Mexican after I got my sunburn and tanned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are a couple people.
I don't think I would have ever confused
Yeah,
Chris for a Mexican.
I don't think I would have
Not in
either.
a million years. Not a million. You could take you for a Donald Trump spray tan, and I would not confuse you for a Mexican or an Oompa Loompa. For that matter. I know who you are.
I would confuse you for. I'll think of that.
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used to withstand homie to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has button shoes.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
All righty, everybody. So here we go. Weird news time. Let's get the video up for all of our wonderful viewers at home. Here we go. Weird news time. We
Look at
can
that petrified
do it.
Chris.
That's right. Terrified, petrified, and
He goes in as pixels, he comes out as flesh.
that's right. Well, you know, it's a very difficult conversion process, but
It's not pleasant.
somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
I feel like it would hurt the other way around, but
Well, sometimes you can control that factor. Sometimes you can't. You really just have to deal. Play the hand you're dealt, as they say. Just like an unprecedented case that doctors in Austria have documented the first known instance of psilocybin-induced penile amputation.
Oh, wow.
you am I implying correctly that there was so much magic mushrooms taken that the dick fell off?
No.
Oh, that they.
No. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
And not
That's where he went wrong.
We're talking about a
Oh.
4 times.
Oh no.
4.
Yeah. So
I don't know what the article could say more than what we've just said.
Psilocybin is a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in certain species of mushrooms, often referred to as magic mushrooms. And when they're ingested, the compound is broken down into the body, which then has a substance that affects serotonin receptors in the brain. This is important, Chris.
I forgot
This
about
is
that.
important.
We all know they're drugs.
Yeah, this is the important part. It affects
It'll make
changes
you cut
of
your dick off.
That's right. Changes perception of time, intense emotional shifts, and the use has a long history in dating back to ancient cultures for religious and spiritual purposes. But the case that we're looking at today was published by doctors in the hospital Feldkirch in Austria. Okay, it was a 30.
That's not the worst thing to have happened.
No, this is unfortunately true. It says detailed a 37-year-old man who consumed a large dose of psilocybin, and during a psychotic episode, amputated his penis with an axe.
No.
An axe.
An axe, Chris. I
like-
said an
It's
axe.
like people that shoot themselves. It's like people that shoot themselves in the head with a shotgun. Like,
Yeah.
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 Just
like that's not.
It's-
It's like there's so many other
There's
options.
so many things, and you went with an axe.
just like it messy.
So the man who had a history of depression and alcohol abuse ingested
You don't say.
four or 5 mushrooms
Or 5.
while staying alone in a secluded vacation home.
See, he didn't have a trip
He
sitter.
needs a sitter,
Or a
and this is
shaman
the
or
most
whatever.
important thing. Yeah, well,
Somebody
it's
say,
the same
hey,
thing.
hey, put the axe
like,
down.
Don't
Yeah, come on,
chop
bro.
your penis off with an axe.
Your penis is fine.
Yep.
Hey, I'll trade you that axe for the sandwich.
So not
we can
long-
chop it off in 4 hours. Okay?
Yeah,
We'll see how you feel.
yeah. I'll make a deal with you. I'll do it. So not long after consuming the mushrooms, the man began to experience a terrifying hallucination, which led him to take an axe and sever his penis into multiple pieces.
Oh
He
fuck!
looked down. I was like, "What is that thing?"
Yeah,
Oh.
it's eating me, honey. So the details of the event were unclear as far as the patient, because he did not fully remember what had occurred.
He's going to be the worst.
I would
witness to
imagine I'd probably repress that a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he reportedly tied a piece of cloth around his genital area to control the bleeding, placed the severed parts of his penis in a jar filled with snow. At least he had to keep it cold, I guess was the idea.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, you're on the right track. He then left.
It's not clean
He
water.
then left the house bleeding profusely,
Ugh.
and a passerby found him in a confused state and called emergency services. So
You know, I can't completely relate to this, but
go ahead, Chris.
you know, I've
You've lost a bit of blood in your day.
I don't do drugs, but I did cut my dick off
That is
once.
No, back in my heyday of smoking a shitload of weed.
Okay.
all right, I one time got super baked and was laying in bed watching TV, eating a Klondike.
Okay.
And I woke up and I had not finished the Klondike before I'd fallen asleep. So I woke up and there was melted chocolate like in my chest hair. And,
Oh god.
the sheets have been stained green and brown because it was mint chocolate chip.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Oh man! Wow! What a
And-
waste.
yeah.
What
So
would
it smelled
you
good.
do
It
for
smelled good,
that
though.
Klondike chest
Yeah.
hair from Chris.
And so I remember waking up and thinking, what the fuck is this mess?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like
Right.
feeling a little bit of shame,
Sure.
whatever.
Like a leprechaun
I
shit
can't
on your
imagine.
chest.
I can't imagine. Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine if I woke up and I had cut my penis off.
yeah, that's a rough sort of.
What?
Yeah. That definitely is something that's a little rough to really come to grips with, I guess. But the man was transported to a nearby village and then later to a hospital, arriving approximately 5 hours after the amputation. Upon arrival, the patient was in critical condition, having lost a significant amount of blood. He was immediately taken to surgery, where doctors worked to stabilize him and control the bleeding. His penis was contaminated with soil that was mixed in with the snow, and parts of his organ were severely damaged. Surgeons were
Do you
able.
think it was the axe?
That could have been the blunt force trauma that severed
That's true.
it.
They didn't say what part of the axe he used.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. We don't know if he had the wherewithal to turn the right side forward, this end towards penis. So surgeons were able to save the tip of the penis, the glands,
nice.
and about 2 centimeters
So he just got a little stuff.
of the penile shaft. Okay. So but the other sections were too damaged to be replaced.
Oh.
So unless this guy got so depressed about his 13-inch penis
Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say.
that he had to take a whole bunch of mushrooms and decided he was done with that part of his life. This is not a good day. I mean,
It probably looks more like a mushroom now,
yeah,
ironically.
exactly right. Yeah.
It's just a little
he's got
with a cap on
he's
it.
got a theme going. Yeah, he's definitely got a theme going.
Oh. He's
but-
got a 2 centimeter and a full head penis.
Oh yeah.
He is all tip.
We got a
When
certified
I
show
say
on our hands.
just the tip, I'm just letting you know it's all I've got
He's
to
a
give
diglet.
here.
He's a diglet now.
little tuna cane.
They're chode jeans.
Well, remarkably, the replantation was successful.
Damn.
Despite the significant challenges posed by the extent of the injury and contamination. Despite initial difficulties, the patient's condition continued to improve after the surgery, although he continued to suffer from severe psychotic symptoms, including auditory hallucinations and religious delusions.
That's what it feels like to listen to our show.
That'll help him to deal with the
He's hearing the
diglet dick a
Kickstarter.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The religious delusions will offset that.
What if our existence is just the voices in another guy's head?
I hope so.
That we
because
are just fleshed out to our own extent.
finally my life makes sense.
We're the personalities
Yeah,
of
that's-
like freaking James McAvoy and Split.
Right.
That's
Well,
us.
I think what it is there's some sort of thing with the like magnetic poles of the earth that as we speak, it catapults the words that are drifting around in the air all the way through the earth's core to the exact opposite point on the planet Earth. So there's a ship going somewhere through the ocean, and all of a sudden the signals just start picking up weird conversations. That's us.
It's like
right?
quantum entanglement.
That's basically what's happening right now, and somehow we have tied into what's the fucking thing that they control the
Earth.
that they control the weather with, that the government controls the HARP. Yeah, that they're tied into HARP,
What?
and they're
What is
putting
this
us through the whole
Why is it that
ecosystem.
you two know this? This happens often when Chris is here. You'll look to him, not me, and he'll know what you're talking about. I don't know what I never heard of this fucking. What is this harp? This shit. I only know the kind of harp that an angel plays, or the Irish beer. Okay.
It's a conspiracy theory thing
Yeah.
that the government
Oh.
controls the weather with this whole thing.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember what it stands
wish-
for.
I don't remember either.
God, like,
Anyhow, back to the guy with the mushroom dick.
Right,
so let's see here. In the weeks following the surgery, the patient experienced some complications, some superficial necrosis, death of skin tissue for the uninitiated there, developed on the glands of his penis, the head, but likely due to the blood loss from the whole thing. But it all healed over time. And remarkably, this is the most incredible part. Even
he's growing more.
John
penis.
Wayne Bobbitt. Yeah, it's growing back. No, it's not growing back.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
It's like a lizard who lost his tail.
No, he did regain erectile function within 3 months of the surgery.
Damn.
That is amazing.
I'm
all 2
wondering.
centimeters of it.
There you go.
Couldn't they get?
Standing
It's not
proud.
a shower or a
Standing
grower.
proud. That's right. Yeah.
Couldn't they? I guess
It's
the nerves.
abbreviated.
Just a cute little guy.
If
that's
he
all.
couldn't they give him like as much like pig flesh shaft that they could possibly give him?
You're talking
Couldn't
like,
they,
like a sausage
fashion-
casing? Like
Yeah,
they just
like-
go, yeah.
Fashion
Some
more
hot
shaft
links.
for him. Yeah, get him some hot links.
3D print some up.
3D print him a dick. It's always hard, but I mean, you can just unscrew it.
They have all kinds of systems for prosthetics with pumps and all kinds of things.
Couldn't they
They
give
can do
him?
whatever they need
What
to do.
if they like stretched his skin out? Like they just had skin to skin, and
Uh-huh.
then maybe he had like something he could like the skin. He could just slip like a hard tube in there,
Right.
right? And then that would it's all loose otherwise.
Get a little telescopic thing that
Yeah.
just kind of pushes it out.
You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Yeah, I get it.
We got to get you
Yeah.
in front of a class of seventh
I'm
graders
telling
immediately.
you.
All right, kids, this is how this works. You put a little tube inside. It's gross, but you put the tube in. Ooh. Yeah, well, let's see. Well, this case is the first documented incident of psilocybin-induced self-amputation. It brings attention to a broader phenomena of self-mutilation during these psilocybin episodes.
Is this a trend in any way?
This is
or-
something that they have seen happen in other conditions.
Hmm.
But this is the first one that they
But
have
not with
full documented
psilocybin.
form, I guess. Yeah, right. So, very, very interesting. You know, sometimes you don't get to take the meat with you. That's what one woman who lost a whole lot of meat, and
Uh-oh.
then some on Monday
Even more
following
than the last
an,
guy.
an inspection. Should have asked Chris for some help. He could have taken it through a portal or something. It was at the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas. About 748 pounds of bologna, 280 boxes of undeclared prescription medications, and $7,600 in concealed currency were confiscated by
is
police.
this a
the most
Walmart?
boring smuggling ring?
Yes, like seriously, what? That is so much baloney and so much prescription drugs. You can't have enough. That's not enough to have fun with.
We got
My
10
name is Pablo Schwartz.
we got 10,000 napkins and 48 bottles of Sprite. We're throwing a party.
We're 1/3 of a food truck.
This is my retirement plan.
They caught the baloney lady. Fuck.
God damn it! What are we gonna do
The party's
now?
ruined.
What are we gonna do with all this bread? It's gonna go stale. The mayo is gonna spoil in days. So,
And John has all this cheese, these wheels of cheese.
what a mess! What a mess! Well, let's see here. The 43-year-old woman who's a U.S. citizen only declared a cooked meal during the initial inspection.
Well, I mean, depending on your
I just-
on your
if they
perspective.
just smell it, they'll. It's no.
The
that's-
dogs will sniff and
That's. Excuse me. Those 4 duffel bags
Yeah.
are my cooked meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a ham sandwich in there.
I'm a long-range door dasher.
I've got
Okay.
800 ham sandwiches, bologna sandwiches that I'm going to eat
I'm
later.
gonna eat in one sitting.
That's right.
It's one meal.
I have a problem. Most of my lower body is a stomach. It's a very strange disease.
You don't
I
want
have
this.
no skeleton. It's all stomach.
I don't have a pelvis.
No,
just-
it's all
just
skeleton.
a bag.
And I have to eat, otherwise I flop over like a used tube of toothpaste.
that I can't breathe well.
I have to eat firm foods, otherwise I'm gelatinous. It's
I've got a telescoping spine that they.
That's right. And I'm
You put
American, so I want to stay brown and tall.
You got to
Full of
stretch my back
baloney.
out and put a little tube in.
That's it. Yeah.
Just open the folds.
It's gross, but you have to do
These are my replacement spine baloney. You see,
So the 43-year-old woman who declared only a cooked meal during
I
the
need 2
initial
of these to make a
inspection.
leg.
don't take away my spine baloney.
I need the ones that are tied off on the ends. I feel like an elephant with the ones that are square. So the 43-year-old woman who only declared cooked meal during the initial inspection, the Customs and Border Protection agents decided to conduct a second inspection where they discovered and removed several suitcases from her vehicle.
Man, we only found 1 ham sandwich
Yeah,
in these
that's
stores.
excuse me, man. Yeah, there's some things missing here, I think. But the suitcases seemed heavier than normal. Agricultural specialists opened one suitcase and found numerous rolls of Mexican bologna inside. And these CB CBP agents also found hidden inside compartments of the 2023 GMC Yukon were various boxes of prescription medications. In addition to losing the baloney medication and money, the woman was fined $1,000 for failing to declare the items.
Oh, that'll teach her.
Yeah,
There you
that'll
go.
stop it. Whatever that caused that.
And all 40 rolls, just in case anybody was wondering, were destroyed.
The
All
baloney?
40 rolls of Mexican bologna were destroyed after they were
Thank goodness
seized.
we can't have them coming in stealing our baloney jobs.
And by that we mean we took it straight to the break room. And let me tell you what, we're having special tacos
I
tonight.
felt like Shaggy. I was eating so much fucking bologna sandwiches.
bologna tacos for dinner tonight.
Bologna
Well, Mexican bologna is prohibited, CBP said. There's an exclamation point. That's
What's
why I
in
shouted it.
Mexican bologna?
I don't know. Mexican
China.
meat.
Too spicy.
Yeah. Their cows
I wanna
don't speak
try it.
English. We don't want them.
Mm-mm.
We don't want them in our sandwiches.
They go, Murr.
They're going to start turning our kids.
Muo.
That's it. Yeah,
Whoa.
exactly right.
Moyo.
The woman's Mexican bologna was
El
taken away
Mu.
because it's a prohibited product. It has, according to the CBP, the potential to introduce foreign animal diseases to U.S. pork. So they're worried about. I mean, they're
the
worried about.
restrictions are.
I guess
the
they're
same.
gonna. They're worried about like that. This bologna is going to touch American bologna, and suddenly it's going to be disease. Or are they feeding the pigs Mexican bologna?
It's not cannibalism
How else is it
technically,
going to get in there?
and the pigs will eat it.
What is
They're
going on?
omnivorous.
Yeah,
My
well,
baloney has an STD. It's from Mexico.
yeah, exactly right. So
My
but-
bologna has hydroencephalitis.
Yeah. Well, Benito Reyes Jr., who's the port director at Presidiso, said, stressed the importance of travelers educating themselves on what products they can legally enter the states with. And even if they believe the items are allowed, travelers should still declare all items they are transporting to the U.S., including all of their various boxes of prescription medication, apparently. That way they don't avoid, that way they can avoid the fines and penalties.
It seems a little purposeful
Yeah.
to have that much stuff that you're not claiming.
Yeah, there's a reason that you have duffel bags full of bologna, I
Mhm.
think.
It didn't just accidentally, oh yeah, I left them in there.
I mean, they are rolls, so they could have. I mean, perfect scenario, perfect storm, okay.
Mhm.
Once in a million, though.
right.
That's all you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 1st of October, 1 out of 10. Just like yours, Chris. You're gonna get them all. You're number 1 out of 10. So there you go. It's it. You gotta just have them all fall into the bags because it's several bags, and there's got to be some sort of overflow system. Maybe you have them on a floor that isn't particularly level, and that way, as the one bag fills, the rest roll into the next
Yeah,
bag.
it's like building pyramids.
Other than that, you knew they were in there. That's the only out you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's some sort of baloney angel, but I haven't heard of. I haven't found them, and I've read all the books.
Wait a second. These aren't my duffel bags.
Right. Well, I'll tell you whose duffel bags they might have been. An officer with the LAPD found out the hard way that you can't take metal near an MRI machine.
Oh
This one's
fuck!
for you, Jesse.
First I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
god!
After their
Those fucking guys are covered in metal.
After their rifle flew out of their hands and became attached to the machine during a pot raid gone bad.
Oh wow!
Near an MRI machine.
I love that. I love an MRI machine as a Home Alone style defense device against cops. I want this to be a trend. Just kick that baby on.
Yep, just
the
let
guns
me know.
go flying out of their hands. Their keys will go flying through their stomachs.
Yep, that's it. Yep, it's going to be like being in space, baby.
Oh my god!
Just kick that marble at 40,000 miles per hour and
Mhm.
rip through you
Their-
like a
their
hot knife through
handcuffs-
butter.
Handcuffs go through their brains.
Well, the incident's details were described in a lawsuit filed by the owners of the LA Medical Imaging Center, who alleged that their business was wrongly targeted by the LAPD during the raid. The owners of the NoHo Diagnostic Center are using the LAPD, or rather suing them, and multiple police officers individually alleging that they violated the business owner's constitutional rights and demanding unspecified amounts in damages. So they said that the officers allegedly raided the diagnostic center thinking that it was a front for an illegal cannabis cultivation facility.
They were looking for the all-ho.
That's right. The
imaging
all
center.
they're 2 doors down. I know all the mailboxes are together here.
Oh wait, this is no-ho?
This is
Oh,
it. That's
shit.
it.
How you
That's it.
doing, boys?
You should have checked. You should have checked. Juan's exactly right.
Damn
Ain't
it,
that
Stacy.
America? I wish I had the soundboard up here to fire that one down the pipe. But so officers raided the facility on October 18th last year and detained a lone female employee while they searched the business. However, they didn't find a single cannabis plant and only saw a typical medical facility with rooms used for conducting X-rays, ultrasounds, CT scans, and MRIs.
Thank God they didn't find the baloney stash.
What do you think? What do you think the radio chatter was like during this particular raid that they had all set up?
Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
boom. Oh my God!
Yeah.
My gun!
They got my gun! And then everybody comes in and starts shooting the
There's
MRI
a wizard in
machine.
here! Magneto is the drug front! Call Wolverine
He's
now!
the Kingpin. Yeah.
Call Doctor. What's his name?
Dr.
Charles
Octopus?
Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Xavier.
You can
Call him
whoever
in.
you want.
Call them all.
Call them
All
all.
the
Somebody's
X-Men.
got to stop him. He stole my
Call-
gun. Well, at one point, so officers released the employee, told her to call the manager while they continued to wander around various rooms in the facility. Plaintiffs say officers' behavior was nothing short of a disorganized circus.
I mean, how
Well,
much you
once they lose their
With-
gun, they fall to pieces.
Exactly, right, with no apparent rules, procedures, or even a hint of coordination. At one point, an officer walked into an MRI room, passed a warning sign that metal was prohibited inside, with his rifle dangling in his right hand with an unsecured strap.
Good thing it was
yeah.
unsecured.
Yeah. Oh, I
Holy.
would rip his shoulder right out. So then apparently the MRI machine's magnetic force then allegedly sucked the rifle across the room, pinning it to the machine. And then they go into details about what an MRI machine is, just in case you don't have,
Hey, give that
know what the
back.
hell that is. So the officer then allegedly pulled a sealed emergency release button to shut off the MRI machine, deactivating it, evaporating thousands of liters of helium gas and damaging the machine in the process.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there you go. So that he could get his rifle,
For-
and then he left the room.
For a raid that was incorrect.
Yeah.
Like, how must you feel if you're that person who's got the door kicked in on?
Right,
I'm like,
right, right.
what?
Yeah.
I'm at work right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
What is going on? And then they don't find a single bit of weed, and they're like, oh, we're done.
Never
Goodbye.
mind. Never mind. It was a mistake. Turn your machine off, by the way.
They're like roaming
just turn
freaking
it back
Wild
on.
West.
What's the problem? Yeah.
I see the on button right
It's
there.
right next to the off button that I pressed.
I got to tell you how to do your job.
Yeah.
Well, like the press conference afterwards, how like cops always try to use big words
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
Like
Mhm.
We
we
were
mistakenly entered the medical facility, and
That's-
one of our officers unintentionally wandered into a medical procedure room.
That's right.
At which point, his rifle
Was
was
obfuscated.
obfuscated by
From his
magnetic medical
shoulder.
equipment.
Yeah.
Like walked in the wrong room, and my fucking gun got yanked across the room.
right on through.
I didn't know they used helium though. That's
There you
interesting.
go.
And
See,
that-
That's it's a finite resource.
Yeah,
That's true.
it is,
Very,
yeah.
very true. And it was even worse because apparently after he picked up his gun,
He shot the MRI.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
That'll teach you. He left
How you like
behind a magazine filled with bullets on the
Oh
office
my
floor.
God.
It's like, I don't need that.
He
I
didn't
just
even-
need my gun
He
back.
couldn't even recover all of his crap.
Turn it back on so it'll shoot itself.
That's right. We're going to leave these here as a present for you later.
Yeah.
Stick them
America's-
back in the
You
corner.
can have that. It's a souvenir
that's
from
right.
us.
There you go. From
That's
courtesy of the LAPD.
that's our sorry to you.
That's right. There you are.
Free magazine of bullets.
That's right. You got to get something for free. Not if you're a Dubai businessman who
Oh.
apparently purchased a private island. Chris, you should have gone here.
Mm.
It was only $50 million. He
that's
purchased
cheap.
a private island for $50 million to ensure his wife feels safe on the beach.
Wow.
You know,
wow, that's
Because
Oh yeah, because if you spend less than $50 million, you wouldn't
Right.
be safe.
it's got to
on
be.
your
It's
private
got to be
island.
private.
Right,
It's
right,
got to
right.
be private. Otherwise, it's not safe.
I feel like it's less safe because now you have to spend all this money to employ like staff and people to help you.
It's less
in
safe
case-
because if you bump into somebody on the beach, they're pirates.
Exactly.
Because it's a private island.
I would be. I am terrified to go places where there's not like a doctor nearby or
Oh,
like a
okay.
hospital.
Right.
Or like if I needed emergency help,
Sure.
I would want to be somewhere that like it's not available to me.
Oh, well.
A private island would need to have their own dedicated like hospital. And if he owns that, he has to employ like he's basically just an economy at that point.
Sometimes
For 50 million, he probably
Yeah,
could do it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I sure hope nobody takes shrooms and cuts their dick off. on
That's
there.
right. That would really, yeah. You have
Right.
to go see Dr. Smith and Wesson.
Right.
That'd be the only choice. So $50 million to ensure his wife feels safe on the beach. Saudi Al Nadak, a 26-year-old housewife and social media influencer, shared the
oh,
news.
great! I love
And
her title
That's
already.
right. That's what she is. She's an influencer. She said, "POV, you wanted to wear a bikini, so your millionaire husband bought you an island."
Fuck you.
Now, this. We're gonna focus
Fuck
in. We're
you
gonna
and your whole family.
we're gonna hone in on this. Now, this got her who knows how many I can tell you it's in the article here. 2.4 million views.
Oh, well,
That's
I
not
take back what I said.
even a person for every dollar that the island costs. Okay. That's not even half.
I'll just take 25 more posts and we'll be good.
That's right.
Yeah,
they'll
Now,
break
and is that her last post?
But isn't this article drumming up attention for it now?
Yeah, well, this is the problem.
They're gonna sell tickets.
It's just it's all
Yeah.
about making the money back because she decided she didn't like the beach.
I'm
I don't know,
so
we'll see.
against OnlyFans
Yeah,
that
that's right.
I won't. I will
That guy
only.
bashed her head into those rocks and fucking drowned her in 2 inches of water.
Now this goes to our earlier point. She does consider anything that's a bikini to be underwear. She's
Yeah.
not going to be in the airport with just a bra on.
Right. No, she's definitely. I mean, they have a particular dress code. I think is what it
She's-
is, except for on the beach.
Right. Right.
Private island. There's no worries.
Oh, I understand now
Yeah.
because other people that's a cultural thing where
Yeah,
other people.
right.
Mom, here I am, tone deaf as hell.
No, it's
Meanwhile,
okay.
and when I was on my honeymoon, there was a couple that was like
Yeah.
they were
That's right.
Middle Eastern, but they were like the one girl was always covered.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
not the full ninja covering, but she was
Right. Yeah.
her
you
face
just-
was visible.
Yeah. Just vacation.
But even in the
Yeah.
pool, she
Yeah.
was like totally covered. I was like, oh, okay.
No, it's. I'm glad you're not tone deaf anymore now.
Yeah,
The-
no, thank God. I'm
video-
finally culturally sensible.
The island's exact location is not
Maybe she
disclosed.
just didn't have enough sunscreen, so she went
Well,
the clothing
Could
her
be.
up.
It's all sometimes.
I'm
it's
just being
the
ignorant.
economy is
No, I
difficult
mean
these
that's
years.
a possibility, Chris.
We don't. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to make
We,
assumptions.
I don't ever
We're not
make
making
assumptions.
assumptions here. We're not going to do it. The island's exact location is not this close for privacy and safety reasons.
I hope
but
it's
they said
accidentally
it's
also.
in Asia.
I hope it's. This goes to my
Just
point
wanna
even
let you
better.
know, yeah.
I hope it's accidentally like used as like a testing site for North Korean missiles. Can you imagine just
That'd be
being
ironic,
your
yeah.
fucking rich,
Yeah.
selfish
Oh, yeah, we
ass
forgot
on
to
a
tell you.
whole island, and then boom, you just
By the way, yeah. But she said that they face criticism on social media with some accusing her of showing off. In response, she said, "I don't understand why I get so much hate. I just like to share my lifestyle with everybody and tell them that my millionaire husband buys me islands when I want them."
That's like when like the COVID shutdown when all the celebrities were like posting pictures
Imagine
of themselves
all the
crying, crying at their like $1 million fucking.
We're all in this
just at
together.
their $1 million pool
Let's
house.
do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you mean you're on a resort for
Yeah.
this foreseeable future?
How relatable.
Oh no!
That
yeah,
it's like all the people in New York dying on top of each other.
yeah, like, and they're piling bodies up in the hospitals. They got tents out there because there's so many people on ventilators that they can't fucking keep up. And Josh Brolin's like, "You just we're all in this together." Thanks, Gal Gadot. You know who I really relate to nowadays is Gal fucking Gadot and her multi-million-dollar estate that she's living on during COVID, like it's some kind of fucking God Almighty. It's like they're on Mount Olympus over here, acting like you're. I have decreed that these people are dog
Bullshit.
shit. God, made me so disillusioned with like fucking rich ass people. Shut up! You don't know what's going on. You aren't even living through this. And by the way, if you get COVID, you're first in line with the ventilator. There's people out here who can't even fucking get.
They're
They
waiting.
Can't get gloves and a mask.
They can't even get the gloves and the
The
mask.
Golden Globes is shipping you gold-plated ventilators. You don't even need them yet.
Just in case.
I
in
just don't know
case.
how I'm going to live without my personal chef in my house
That's
all
it.
the time.
What are they
I
going
have
to
the
do?
camera around my later. Thanks. Keep tweeting. Keep tweeting.
Meanwhile, we'll shovel these people into the streets of New York. Don't breathe in them, though. Don't breathe in.
I just had to bury grandma.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you else.
Oh,
In the ongoing saga, New York's
Splinter.
seemingly, yes, Master Splinter has reemerged after decades of silence to speak out against P. Diddy, which we still haven't talked about yet.
I can't wait.
New York's seemingly eternal battle against its rodent problem has taken a new twist. They're finally, we talked about the rat czar. We talked about the all of the secret parties that were going on that the rat czar got in trouble. All kinds of things that were happening. Secret pacts that were made. Conspiracy. Rat packs were back because most of them are all dead. So, there's no copyright infringement. And Frank Sinatra Jr., I think, is doing poor if he's not dead already, too. Didn't he die? Did Frank Sinatra Jr. die?
I feel like that you would know that
I think
information.
He did. I think he might
Hey,
have.
you're the authority here.
He might have. I don't remember. Well, anyhow, so the Thursday, just because I sang him, I don't know that much about it. But so the Thursday, he made me a lot of money, though. I'll say that much. And
that's the important thing.
And that's the important thing. And I didn't have to talk to anybody to make that happen.
Yeah,
you didn't even have to paint your face back
That's
then.
all. That's
Yeah,
all
that's true.
I had to do.
We should
Put
just
the
have
hat
you
on.
do Sinatra
Mhm.
doing King Diamond.
That would be interesting.
Abigail.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got a little swing going to those to that snare. So on Thursday night, a vote that is going to happen that in the next few months going to pilot a program to use contrapest, which is a type of rat birth control.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of interesting.
So they're going to put special containers aimed at encouraging the rats to ingest it. It's funny that the government is going to support this, but we're gonna repeal Roe v. Wade.
put it in the state's hands.
The rats are fine. The rats can have the rights.
Oh, I'll do a rat abortion, but human, no, nope.
Oh my
That's
God.
disgusting.
That's
Let the rats have the rights. So during the during such monthly inspections of the pilot programs in the areas, the departments are going to track the amount of rat contraceptives in each of the dispensers, and they're going to. The lawsuit was inspired by the tragic death of the city's beloved but short-lived Flacco the Owl.
What?
Okay, you just opened a doorway in this article to something so much stranger than what we've begun.
How do we get to owls from rats?
Yeah, what is this tragic heroic death of an owl?
A named owl.
Flacco the owl, like
A city staple, a pillar of our community, Flacco the Owl.
after the tragic passing of our owl.
I don't think he even died. Oh no, he
went to a
did. He
different
did.
state.
Yes, he just flew away. Yeah.
So they unleashed an owl to deal with the rats. Is what that was their first.
Just the one owl.
I guess. Yeah.
That's-
He's
can't
got
keep
it.
up.
He's got it.
he died from high cholesterol.
It's the owl.
He couldn't pass all those fucking pellets eventually. Just like filled to the fucking brim with rat
This
carcasses.
is the only bird that wouldn't unionize.
He just poofed off in a feather. Birds are well known for unionizing.
Well, apparently Flacco the Owl escaped from captivity and seemed to be flourishing amidst Manhattan skyscrapers until he died and was found with rat poison in his system.
What the
Oh my
So-
God.
fuck?
So probably
They
what
like-
happened was he ate a rat that had eaten a rat poison,
Yeah.
whether it had gotten to
Man,
the rat or not,
I
whatever.
feel like there's just
And that's why things need to change.
That's why
right.
we need change in this
Too many
town.
owls have died.
Too many owls have died.
Too many famous New York City
No,
owls.
no
have died.
more. Not another owl.
one is too many.
That's right. Not another owl. That's right.
Our streets are flooded with rat poison. We got to do something different. We're starting to harm the stuff we want. A hot dog salesman was dead in the gutter the other day, and I think I could smell the poison on his lips.
I can't even eat a rat dog in this town anymore.
The
trust 'em.
concentration level's just
That's
a
it.
smidge too high,
We
where
gotta-
it'll.
We got to go back
It'll
to
paralyze
birth
you.
control.
Yeah, we
That's
got to
it.
do rat birth
That's
control.
right. We just need them so that they don't make any more.
But
the
can it?
the
But
ones that we have are delicious.
If it's good enough for Falco, it's good enough for me.
That's right. The New York rats problem is known worldwide, even sparking a mini tourism industry around with people offering rat tours.
People in New York will capitalize on anything they
I
can.
fucking love this so much.
Oh.
It's a thing. rat culture. So last year, New York was reported its own rat czar, Kathleen Karate.
Karate, the rat czar. We can't. I don't think I took this to memory because it sounds so made up.
I forgot
It
about
didn't-
It
Kathleen.
sounds like a placeholder name for like a
Oh my
script.
God. It's
Like-
but it's
like when they were-
spelled Corradi.
Karate.
When they were-
It's Kathleen Karate, the rat czar of New York. I wish
Like
that was
when they-
me.
I made a whole design for like a campaign shirt.
Oh my god.
It's like ruthless, like all these.
She high kicking a rat.
I forgot. I have to finish that. Oh my god! Yeah, keep an eye on the Redbubble. That'll be up.
It's her-
Kathleen
it's
Karate
her-
for rat.
It's her
czar.
doing this, and then there's a doctor with prescribing the medication.
Then she's wearing a shirt that says "Flacco never forget."
That's right. Yeah. Well, so the New Yorkers also have a famous soft spot for the rats whom they share the city with. It's one of their most beloved modern icons is the pizza rat, which of course has been
Timmy the pizza rat.
That's right. You
He's-
got to name them
it's
all.
It's a rat dragging a
After-
slice of pizza down some subway steps. That's what it is. That's how you
That
do
pizza
it.
had a normal amount of rat poison, which
that's-
they are immune to. So he was able to enjoy it.
It's a dusting similar to Parmesan cheese. That's how we get it done, and
Oh.
that's how we get this done, and that's why we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And Chris.
There we are, everybody.
hooray.
We've made it through. Let yourself be drugged into the subway of life,
Mm-hmm.
like a slice of pizza in the jaws of a soon-to-be deceased rat,
Mhm.
because the stomach acid has just started to digest that rat poison.
If they maybe put psilocybin mushrooms on the pizzas, they
and
cut their own dicks
But
off.
see, what they didn't tell you is the psilocybin was the rat birth control.
Ah, that's
It's
it.
all a conspiracy.
It's all together.
It's all from Harp.
All harp.
All right, everybody. We got Juan. we got
Hey,
Allison.
everyone. I forgot that we still are on the air.
We're here. We're here.
Hi.
We're there. We're everywhere.
Ugh,
And,
you guys just wasting your time.
You've done it again. You've done it again. We've
You've
done, it again.
What have you done?
What have you done?
What have you done?
Monster
I like
Con-
that there's like a
I
strobe
don't
light
know what
effect
the fuck
happening
is
over
going
here.
on with this
There were a
stuff.
couple times when he hit the table and it came,
Yeah,
came back
I
on. I was
don't know.
like, maybe it's sound active.
That's what I thought too. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I'm not banging this or bumping this.
He accidentally
I don't know,
installed
it's not the
clap
clapper.
on
Yeah, I
Christmas
don't know
lights.
what's going on. Who knows? Who knows? Well, anyway, I guess Juan, are you coming to Monster Con? Is he
I
coming?
think,
He's coming?
yeah, I think
Juan,
That's
you
this
coming?
weekend, right?
I'm just
Yeah.
assuming actually. Yeah,
Juan, are you
Saturday
coming?
and
Tell us if
Friday,
you're
Saturday,
coming.
Sunday. I'm not going to be there Friday though because we have a wedding to go to.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm just doing Saturday and Sunday. So Diddy apparently has recordings of him it's
doing
Oh, yeah, I
sex
think I did-
trafficking.
Didn't he have videos of him like assaulting people and shit like that?
yeah, in a lot of different ways, Chris.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did
They
hear
found
a little
the-
bit
they
about
found
that.
the
they're
stash.
and apparently they're
Found a hard drive.
shopping
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They're shopping these videos around.
Uh-oh.
Someone is shopping these videos around.
Oh
so
wow.
We'll see. And there's a lot of stuff popping up
But-
of like behind the scenes videos of people interviewing other people who might be involved in some of these videos.
So is there a way? I guess you would have to show the place it came from and maybe the timestamp of how old it is to show that to prove it. But can't you potentially use photoshopping and video editing techniques to fake it?
Yeah. I mean, but depending.
I'm not trying to defend
depending-
him. I'm just wondering about the nature of where we are culturally, like in society,
Oh,
with
oh.
this kind of video evidence. Does video evidence hold weight still? I'm curious about all this.
I think it's the media that it's all on is the thing that gives
He-
it legitimacy.
he is definitely losing the case in the public court
He's
because people are convinced now. I'm pretty convinced.
oh yeah, there's
It's easy to convince me that a man with abundant amount of so much fucking money is doing horrible things that several people have claimed
yeah.
he's doing independently. I'm pretty sure he's.
I mean, his
done it.
record wasn't even that clean to begin with.
No, it was not.
No. Yeah, it's it's going to be interesting. We'll see how this.
I'm enjoying the memes though.
oh
Constant.
man, keep the fire burning. Nothing keeps it burning like baby oil. Juan, we'll see you on Saturday.
See you
I was
soon,
gonna
Juan.
say Saturday is when we're probably going to be there. So one way or the other.
One way or the other.
One way or the other, baby. See you this weekend. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So you.